In the wake of the tragedy in your state with your friend, I just want to kind of ask a question about how it's been for you and your colleagues working in this environment with Republicans who are as callous as some. The world saw the photos of you in the hallway with Mike Lee. The world saw his tweets and the callousness of it. How are you approaching day to day working with these people?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I have had many colleagues, including some of my Republican colleagues, come up to me privately and express condolences in a very real and human way. That's what it should be like, right? We can have our disagreements, and we have big disagreements, but we ought to be able to stay in touch with our humanity when something really horrible like this happens. I think that part of what happened with Senator Lee and me is that, I needed him to hear from me directly how his words affected me and the people that I love and care about in Minnesota. It wasn't going to be like another Twitter battle. It was going to be like, I'm a real person and I need you to understand the impact of your words.
What message would you have to our audiences about what can we do?
I think first it's important to understand that Donald Trump's whole strategy, the strategy of these Republicans, is to try to convince us that we don't have any power, that our voices don't matter, that we might as well just give up and go home and not pay any attention because they're going to be the deciders. And so the first thing is to really resist that and to just, not let them take our power away. Whether you're a United States senator or whether you're, a grandma holding up a sign over a freeway on Thursdays saying that, you don't believe in kings. Everybody can do something. It might be big or it might be small. Even the smallest thing makes a difference. I really believe that. I'm an organizer. I believe in the power of the grassroots to change things, and I believe that change is going to come to Washington. It's not going to come from Washington. And if you believe that, then you just do the things that you can do. You show up for it. I also just think that the thing that gives me faith in this moment is, they may well succeed in passing this big, beautiful, horrible bill. The thing that gives me faith is that when people know about it, they think it's terrible. This is not what they voted for. If they voted for Donald Trump, and it sure as hell not what they want to see happen to their communities under any set of circumstances. People didn't vote to, take away people's support for their disabled children. They didn't vote to take away nutrition programs from kids and moms. That's not what they want. So our challenge is to just get the word out and help people to understand what's happening, and then, get them mobilized and activated. And that's actually what I think truly is what's so important about what you all are doing, because most folks aren't tuning into the NBC Nightly News. No offense to NBC. That's not where most people are going to find out what's happening. They're going to people whose opinions they trust to tell them. And that's why I think, I'm not trying to suck up to you, but I think that's actually why what you're doing is important.